Hi dear friends, Chandrasekhar here again. We are now into the 17th of the lectures in the series of yogas, and I shall be talking about Hansa Mahapurusha Yoga. We have been talking about Mahapurusha Yoga. I think this is the third in the series of lecture. First was about what is Mahapurusha Yoga, the five Mahapurusha Yoga. Uh, Maha means great and Purusha means personalities. Of course, Purusha also means the Almighty. So, five yogas are there. They are related to specific position of five planets. That means the Tara Grahas, that is Surya, Sun, and Moon, are excluded. The other five planets come into picture. So it starts with Ruchaka Yoga, then Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga, which we talked about. Now we are going to talk about the Hansa Mahapurusha Yoga. As you can understand, this is in series. So after Mercury, Ruchaka Yoga is caused because of Mars, Bhadra because of Mercury, and now we are talking about the Hansa Mahapurusha Yoga, which is stated to have taken place if Jupiter occupies a square, Kendra. I use both the words so that over time you can understand. When generally we are used to talking about Kendras instead of squares, but it is one and the same thing. So this Jupiter with strength, if you remember the first lecture in this series, that is, it would be, I think, 14th lecture in the series of yogas, where I have explained it, they have to be possessed of strength. It's not, I mean, generally it is assumed that Jupiter or all those planets, any of the planet, if occupying a square in own Rashi or in Rashi of their exaltation, the yoga takes place. No, the sage is very certain about it. He talks about strength, Balavi. Now, since occupying a Kendra gives Kendra the Bala, that is strength on account of occupation of squares, and occupation of own Rashi or own exaltation Rashi will also give strength. So, where is this weakness? There are two sources. One is the directional strength of the planet. Another, I mean, these are all relative things ultimately. I mean, even the uh, a weak Jupiter may still give some sort of results, but not to the extent that are described. And next is in Navamsha. So please remember this, or even occupation of nodes, occupation of Rashis owned by Jupiter by nodes, or conjunction in Navamsha, or even in the Rashi chart would substantially weaken the planet as far as this yoga is concerned. Rather, the results of this yoga are concerned. So let us see what is this yoga. I'll give the shloka down below, as is my practice. I generally do it. If I forget it, kindly excuse me, but I give it because many a times I pick up words and talk about them and then go to something else, so they may not be always in the order that they are written in the shloka. But what is said is Hanso Hansa Swaro Gaura. He will be fair. Jataka of Hansa Yoga will be fair. Hansa Swaro, his voice will be like the great Hansa, which we can call it swan. It is a particular variety which is seen in the Manas Sarovar in the upper reaches of Himalayas, and he is supposed to be a bird which has great discriminating powers. So the Hansa can have many meanings, but when he makes a noise, it is pretty shrill and sharp, uh, and almost like with authority. So we can understand that when it is said that Hansa Swaro, the Swara, the voice is like Hansa, is fair. Sumukho Unnata Nasika. He has a Sumukha means good face. He is good looking. His nose is a bit elevated. Always take all these things as relative to members of other members of his family, so that there is no confusion. Because Gaura, that is fair, so certain I mean people in certain countries are very dark, but even within that he would be fairer. So you have to always understand when we use the words. Here everything is relative in astrology, and that has to be understood. Shleshmalo, generally given to cough, sort of cough and cold would be part of his makeup. It is called Vata actually. This is one of the humors of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is based on three humors or three doshas, as we call it, three afflictions, but they are not afflictions. Uh, Let us say that is how the constitution of a person is. So it is more cough or sort of constitution, as it is called. And then Madhupingakshu, his eyes would be honey colored. That will be, they will be brown, but see, a beautiful way of expressing it is a honey color. And then Raktavarnascha. Raktavarnascha what? Raktavarna Nakha. His nails would be reddish. And Sudhihi. Why red nails? Because they indicate that there is sufficient percentage of hemoglobin in a person, then only the nails become red. I am sure those who are connected with medicine as a science, and even otherwise those who have had an occasion to get their hemoglobin level tested would understand it. That is how one understands that one has anemia. The so it's not very difficult. Sudhihi. Dhi is intellect, Sudhi is good intellect. That means he would use his intellect for good purpose. This is how we have to understand. Pina Gandasthalo. Pina is strong. Gandasthal is the head, the this portion. The many times I forget words nowadays, but you will excuse me. Age is not on my side. The so this is supposed to be good sign of intellect. I don't know whether it is true or not, but it is supposed to be good that you have a what again? High forehead. Yeah, now I remember. High forehead. The forehead has to be high. Vritta Shiraha. Some people have taken it to be Vritta means round, and many people think that it has to do with the round head. I tend to disagree. What you said is Shiraha is more than two. You don't have more than two heads. So Shiraha also means the veins. So the veins are round. So that which means veins are not, have not collapsed, which basically means he has good health. Let us put it this way. Matsyam Kushadhanu, Shankha Khancha Khadagaha Chinnhankita Andrikaraha. So they are telling about marks on his hands and his feet. And what are those hands? Matsya means fish, Dhanu is the bow, Ankusha is the goad with which elephant is controlled, and so on. Khadaga is the broadsword, you can call it. It's not exactly broadsword, it's a pretty heavy and very broadsword. Let us put it that fashion. I mean, that would be. This chinna ke hai, these marks are there on his hands and feet. These are supposed to be signs of a king in the what we call the Samudrik Shastra, a part of which is Hasta Samudrik, which is known as palmistry in the Western world, but it is the whole body has certain signs from which the great ones could predict. I am not amongst them, so I will make it very clear. I can understand a bit of chemistry or the science, but I am just, I know what it is, but I am not well versed in it. I mean, even here I am still a student, but I think I know a bit more about this science. Then Strishu Kamarto Naiti Tushtatam. She is attracted toward women. So maybe roving eye you may call, or he might have many wives. I mean, once upon a time, uh, having more wives was part of a king's system. This was written at the end of the Dwapar Yuga, just prior to the Kali Yuga, which we are into now. Now you are astrologers who will be knowing about the yoga. And he is never satisfied. Na iti tushtata. He is not satisfied, which is a good sign of being a king. If a king is satisfied, his enemies would take over his kingdom. This appears to be a very crude way of putting it, but this is a fact of life. See, kings were always called Mahipati or Prithivipati, which means Lord of the land. And unless you go on expanding, other kings would naturally come and take away your land. So the system was to always go on expanding the kingdom. And one who is satisfied would not go into expanding the kingdom. Ultimately, his kingdom would also go from him. So please understand this, because here many a time why he is not satisfied. Being not satisfied has many connotations, one of which is I want to achieve something, so if I am satisfied, I will not even strive to reach a level that I want to reach. And even when I reach it, I must have a higher goal. That is the way of going ahead in this world. I mean, not at my age, but yes, that is what everybody does. Even now, you will find people with a good salary package saying that we don't have job satisfaction, we want to shift to something else. But something else is not at a lower level, always at a higher level. So, this is one thing which keeps a person going. There has to be some aim, and for a king, having no aim or no desire to or being satisfied is the worst thing he can do. I mean, this is my opinion. Everybody has his own opinion. Sharnavartyam Angulo, 96 fingers tall. I think that 96 fingers, I think it's the middle finger which is to be taken into consideration at one finger, and this is talking about the height. Guru is the large one. So in square, wherever he is sitting, he is a Paraspar Karaka for the Lagna, and so being of good height is part of the, I mean, the one of the results that are possible with Jupiter in any of the squares. So then he loves Jalakrida Rataha. He likes aquatic sports and he is very happy. This is what, see, at one end they say he is not satisfied, and the other end it is said that he is happy. Are they contradictory? No, they are not contradictory terms. Please remember that. You can be happy and still want to grow your kingdom. So that is what is intended here. And Jalakrida Rataha. See, his house of exaltation and his another house. There are two houses in which are basically watery signs, isn't it? Cancer and Pisces. So perhaps this is connected with that. Even in earlier days, there was a practice of the kings to go and bathe in the rivers along with his queens and whatever. So this is perhaps just a way of expressing that he is a big king, is a powerful king, is what is being told. And this contention of mind is confirmed when it is said Ganga Yamunor Madhyadesham Patihi Shatam Rama. So the area between river Ganges and river Jamuna, he rules over this kingdom for 100 years. This is what is being told here. Would he actually rule over that for 100 years? I don't know, because life of person is usually 125 years, that is human life is taken. And Jupiter in square is said to protect a person from bodily harm for a long time. Jupiter, Venus, and some even say Mercury, if in a square, then even if see life-threatening diseases come or otherwise, most of the time those diseases are always overcome. This is what is said in I think Jatak Parijata or Phaladipika. You are all learned, you can see it there. It might also be there in Nilakantha Tajiki. So please check. I remember the content, but nowadays I don't remember the books in which I have read them. Anyway, there are hundreds of thousands of books, and in this long period now I am 75, so you can understand. I think I started reading when I was 6 or 8. So many books have been read, and things always remain in one's mind that this is there. And then it is said, Vanante Nidhanam Yati Bhuktva Sarva Sukham Bhuvi. At the last time of his life, he is in a forest. Vanante Nidhanam. Nidhanam means death. But the last time when he is dying, he is in a forest after having enjoyed all the luxuries, benefits, happiness in this earth. Because as Hindus, we always think that the soul doesn't die. It only goes into some other body. So till this body is here on the earth, that is what he is talking about. Till that time only mind is there, and so the mind is happy, is what is being indicated here. And what is this forest? So I'll try to give some small background. For many of you must be knowing, you have been listening to my lectures for so long, so you have got a desire to understand astrology in depth is undisputed. And you must have read many texts, so I need not tell, but for those who might get confused, the principle is, uh, at least in the Sanatan Dharma as we called it, the ancient rules of how one should behave, especially for kings, was once he is satisfied with whatever he has achieved and thinks he has no more to achieve and has to hand over the kingdom to his heir or whomsoever he wants to nominate as the next king, he is supposed to remove himself from his kingdom and go to forest and there think about the duties of dharma, that is the duties which are cast upon one. Think about the Almighty, where our soul goes and these things, because the king normally, while working as a king, has hardly any time to think about it. There are so many problems going on in a nation. I mean, we can see even in these days, all nations have got their own problems, and naturally, the presidents or others have less time for thinking about religion or the principles or the philosophy behind the duties cast upon us. I mean, duties which we should actually perform, and then one has time to contemplate about it in a forest, because not many come there. For a king, when he is powerful, everybody will gather around him, isn't it? So in a forest, it is difficult for everybody to go there all the while. They might come and meet him and go back. And another part is, there cannot be two centers of power. So this was perhaps the reason that a king was supposed to hand it over to his son or nominee or whoever he thinks is fit to handle the kingdom, and go in the forest and stay there till his end comes. So that has perhaps to do with the Vanante, because not everybody with the Vanante is, we can even say, a sort of a simile for being for contemplating at leisure, not involved in regular administration where you might have to take some harsh decisions. So you remove it, and then you can contemplate about what should have been done, what wrong I have done, and you may even advise your nominee about it, that these things you should not commit because I have done it. I now realize, and this is not good for the citizen of the country, because in ancient time the kings were striving to make their citizens happy. So this has to be remembered. Now we can't say this about everybody, but yeah, even otherwise for election purposes, people think that they must at least keep the electorate happy so that they get elected again. So this is the Hansa Mahapurusha Yoga. Now here another thing that should be remembered. Uh, I might be reiterating it. Might have done it in earlier lectures also, but I am doing it for a specific reason. See, generally yogas occur when these are standalone as described. So Jupiter alone, Vinekendra, without any aspects, without any influences of other planets, would give such sort of results. Other planets will decide what will be the strength of the result. The strength of planet itself also will influence it. And never remember that with Sun especially, planets lose their strength to some extent. But when a planet is with Moon, the planet gains strength. So please remember that if Moon is with a planet, especially in the Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga, the intensity of the yoga might be more. You can see this in chart of Lord Rama where Jupiter occupies Cancer ascendant along with Moon. You will understand both are, I mean, that is also a Maharaja yoga, you know that. But Lord of the Lagna and the ninth together is a powerful yoga. But Jupiter himself gains strength for two reasons. One, because he has directional strength. Two, because he is in the house of exaltation. Three, because he is with Moon, who gives him additional strength. So never forget this. Moon also happens to occupy own house and in Lagna, which is good because then one planet has Digbal, the directional strength, another has 50% directional strength. So in Cancer, in fourth or the Lagna that is ascendant, the yoga might fructify, express itself with more strength. This has also to be understood. So never forget that Moon can give, because here what is being talked about is the planet has to have strength. Balabhihi, that is what is said in the shloka, which is I think 14th in the series of this lecture. We started with that. Then we went on to the Ruchoke Yoga, Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga, and now we are talking about the Hansa Mahapurusha Yoga. So, dear friends, I think I have been able to explain it to a great extent. Also, remember that there could be some problems to the bhava occupied, because a strong Jupiter has a tendency of harming at least one of the several indicators of that bhava. So please understand this. Many a times in Lagna, that is ascendant Jupiter, causes a person to take a decision with an intention to protect others, but that decision might itself turn out to be harmful to those very same people. Not in a harsh way, but there will be something. Or powerful Jupiter in the fourth house can have some problems with either mother or with his happiness. Not in a bad way, but sometimes how can there be a good way of having problems is once a question which may be asked. But remember that Jupiter with strength in the seventh bhava many a times multiple marriages, gives multiple marriages. But those marriages happen because perhaps the spouse dies. Not because there is divorce or anything, but it is Jupiter, it is powerful, it has to give some problems. In the 10th house, many a times the person might not want to work with the same vigor as he should. So the damage is minimal, but it is there. Never forget that, because just because it is Hansa Mahapurusha Yoga and he is always Sarva Sukham Bhuvi, always happy in this, don't take it literally. Always apply all the principles of astrology to understand what is likely to happen out of a yoga. So please remember this. I might be repeating this ad nauseum, but my intention is to convey the science or how I understand this science to you, and that is the only reason that I give these lectures. So, my dear friends, I shall take your leave and a very good night.